Hola, compadres. It's your boy, the Luke Man, coming at you with the Rush Duel news roundup of the week. How this works is I will be reading the news from last Saturday to this Saturday, but excluding this Saturday's card reveal. First card reveal from Megaroad Pack 2, we have Clear Mind Unseen Dragonic Pedigree, or the dub name, Descending Dragon of Clearwater. It's a normal trap card. The requirement: when a monster you control is destroyed by your opponent's card effect, choose one monster in your graveyard, special summon it face up. Then if there's a high dragon monster in your graveyard, the monster special summoned by this effect gains 1000 attack until the end of this turn. It's a pretty solid card. Straight up, it's very good. It's very decent. I'm not a fan of using a 3-of for trap cards. It has potential to be a 3-of in a dragon deck. But at the same time, it's generic enough where you could use it in a wide variety of decks. Solid trap card, easily, at the very least, a 1-of in most decks, I would say. Very well-rounded card. Next, we have the new jump promo for the October issue. Stray Familiar Magician, or the dub name, Strange Cat Magician. It's a level 1 Ace spellcaster effect monster. 0 attack, 1400 defense. Requirement: send one monster with 0 attack from the hand to the graveyard. Effect: draw one card. If Strange Cat / Stray Familiar is in your graveyard, then you can choose one face-up monster with 0 attack you control. If you chose during that turn, that monster cannot be destroyed by effects. Pretty good card. I think, though, is a card that's not quite as good now, but it will be good in the future. As we've seen in one of the more recent anime episodes with the Stray Familiar cards, all the Stray Familiar support that supports 0 attack monsters, I can see Stray Familiar Magician easily potentially being a 3-of in the future. Once we get those cards, once we see those cards IRL, I think this card could potentially be a 3-of. It all depends though. Next to the structure deck, we have Lord of Dragons, Absolutist of Dragons, / Absolute Lord of D. Level 4 Dark Spellcaster effect monster, attack 1200, defense 1100. Requirement: during the turn this card is normal special summoned. Effect: excavate the top 4 cards of your deck and reveal them. You can choose up to one of each of a level 8 Light Dragon monster and the ultimate Blue-Eyed Legend among the excavated cards and add them to the hand. Also, shuffle the remaining cards back into the deck. Very powerful card. Very powerful. At the moment, it's very limited on level 8 Light Dragon monsters, but to be honest, it's a card built for Blue Eyes. It's a card built to search Blue Eyes, and it does the job extremely well. 100% it's a 3-of in the new Blue Eyes deck. 100%. The card is terrific. Searches out Blue Eyes, searches out any of the other new Blue Eyes monsters. Not only that then, but it searches out the new Blue Eyes exclusive fusion spell. Great stuff. Solid support. Definitely something the deck needed. Next we got the Node of Legend. Level 4 Earth Dragon effect monster. Attack 1300, defense 0. Requirement: during the turn this card is normal summoned. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, then you can add one the Origin Stone Legend or Assign Stone of Legend from your graveyard to your hand. Pretty good card. Enables a lot of special summoning of your legend monsters. Overall decent card. I wouldn't say it was a 3-of necessarily, but I might be tempted into using it as a 3-of. It depends really on how much I would want to see Origin Stone of Legend back. Next we got Soul Drake, level 4 Dark Dragon effect monster, attack 1100, defense 600. Requirement: during the main phase this card is normal or special summoned. Send 2 face-up level 4 or lower effect monsters you control to the graveyard. In fact, choose one level 8 Light Dragon monster in your graveyard and special summon it to your field face-up, but during this turn you cannot attack with level 7 or lower monsters. Really decent card, really solid card. Enables a special summon of a full-on Blue Eyes. Very good card. Also another reference as well to Kaiba, because Kaiba was the only duelist, if I remember rightly, the only duelist to use Soul Exchange in the entirety of the original series. And of course Soul Drake is a reference to the dragon from Soul Exchange. Makes me wonder, will we ever see the Knight from Soul Exchange as well? Who knows? But it's a solid card, 100% a 3 of. For spell cards, we got the Ultimate Blue-Eyed Legend, normal spell, requirement, none, effect, fusion summon a level 10 or higher dragon monster by sending up to 3 dragon monsters from your hand or field to the graveyard. Also, during this turn, the monster special summoned by this effect cannot be destroyed by your opponent's effects. Powerful stuff. It is extremely powerful. It is definitely a 3 of card, but it's a fusion spell. I don't see why you wouldn't run 3 of it at all. The deck's main focus now is to get out Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon as fast as possible. This card makes Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon even harder to get rid of. Sure, you could say, well, you know, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon has got no effects. It's only 4500 attack, really. And that's fair. It's a hard monster to summon with such high attack, but at the same time, the new supports for it, I think it makes it a very big threat. I'm not saying it's going to be top tier meta, but stuff like the Ultimate Blue-Eyed Legend and a few other new cards, I think could honestly make it a decent contender. The 3 cards are red odds as well. Lords of Dragons, Absolute Sisters Dragons. Soul Drake, the Ultimate Blue-Eyed Legend, can also come in a super rare foiling, in addition to common. Now this is where it gets exciting, because a few days ago, they unloaded a massive dump of brand new cards from the new Megaroad Pack 2. The first one being Psycho Flag Beast Bolt Tricone. I apologize if I say the Japanese names a bit more, it's just what I'm used to. Over here it would be called Ultimate Flag Beast Bolt Tricone. Level 3 Light Machine Effect Monster. Attack 1200, defense 200. Requirement: if you control no other monsters, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Effect: choose 1 face down spell trap your opponent controls. That card cannot be activated until your opponent's next turn ends. Really solid card. I could see a lot of decks using this card. I could actually even see it getting hit on the ban list. It is actually a really good card. Summon that straight away. Basically, you're not even destroying it. You're destroying your opponent's hopes of perhaps maybe disrupting. Really good card. Draco the Handsome for the next card. Level 1 Wind Dragon Effect Monster. Attack 0, defense 1400. Requirement: if you have 10 or more cards in your deck, activate this during the turn this card was normal summoned. Effect: choose 1 level 1 monster with 1400 defense in your graveyard and special summon it to your field in face down defense position. Also, if you chose no monster with this effect, then draw 1 card. Again, I think it's support for something in the future. I thoroughly believe that in the future we'll likely see 0 attack support. Remember, most of the monsters with 1400 defense also have zero attack, which is more than likely something that's going to be building up in the future. Not quite as good as it could be at the moment, but I could see it potentially getting better. Next up, Kimitarasu the Divine Ruler. Level 9 Light Celestial Warrior Fusion. Effect: attack 3000, defense 3000. Materials: Fiendish Commander Kimirula, or Kimirula the Dark Raider, and Needle Curie the Celestial Seamstress. Requirement: send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Choice effect: choose up to 2 face-up monsters you control. During this turn, those monsters can attack directly, or this card gains 1000 attack till the end of the opponent's next turn. The Fiendish Commander deck already has a wide array of cards that can buff attack. It also has a few cards as well that can allow for direct attacks. This card, I can actually see being really good. This card, I think, would actually be able to enable some OTKs in the future. Overall, it's a solid fusion for Kimitarasu. They've done him well. Next to the Fiendish Commander deck, Hagoromo, the Cloud Needle Valkyrian, or Hagoromo, the Cloudal Handling Celestial Seamstress. Level 8 Light Fury Effect Monster. Attack 2000, defense 2500. Materials: Cut Pastry, the Celestial Seamstress, and Needle Curry, the Celestial Seamstress. Requirement: pay 300 life points. Effect: choose 1 level 4 or lower warrior or fairy monster in your graveyard and add it to the hand. Then you can choose 1 fusion or divine transformation in your graveyards and set into your spell trap zone. It's a decent card, and I think it gets better because it not only recovers a fusion material monster, but also recovers your fusion spells. But with the new card Divine Transformation, I could honestly see fusion being lowered to either 1 or 0. But the fact that it even recovers Divine Transformation in the first place is amazing. It's already future-proof support for the deck. Because next we have Divine Transformation. Normal spell cards, requirement none. Effect, fusion summon a light monster by sending monsters you control to the graveyard as material, including the fairy monsters. If you would fusion summon a Celestial Warrior monster with this effect, you can also use monsters in your hand as material. Really solid stuff. The way fusions work in Rush Duel is you would normally have to summon the materials onto the field. All the Fiendish commanders are level 7 or higher. By bypassing the whole thing of having to tribute summon a Fiendish commander just to then fuse it off, makes this card really strong, and I think it's going to really propel the deck to a higher status than it was before. Next, Vifriend. Level 7 Dark Psychic Effect monster, attack 2500, defense 0. Requirement, send the top 5 cards to your deck to the graveyard. Effect, this card gains 500 attack until the end of the turn. If your graveyard contains Gift Tyrus, Romic and Roller, Berry Bassist, Dream Drummer, and Keytar Kid, then you can choose one card your opponent controls and destroy it. It's alright. It's just okay. The artwork, stunning, beautiful stuff. In Overrush rate, top tier. The card itself, I don't think it does that much for the Psychic deck overall. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe someone can enlighten me on how much better this card is for the Psychic deck. But right now, I would actually say it's more in line with something more like Chameleons. Something that wants to shed the deck. I don't know though, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Psychic off Concert, normal spell card. Requirement, if there are 3 or more Psychics in your graveyard, effect, choose one Prima Katana, the Shining Superstar, or aspirate the Smashing Superstar in your graveyard and special summon it to your field face up. Pretty decent card. I suppose it works off of Vifriend. If you shed the deck and you manage to send away a Prima Katana or an aspirate, then it's decent for recovery. I wouldn't say it was a 3 of, but maybe that's just me. But it's still pretty good though. And it works as a decent monster button, especially if you're looking to fusion summon. And now for the Rodney Dougal Classic, we got Mature Dark Magician. Level 3 Dark Spellcaster Effect monster, attack 900, defense 700, requirement, send one Dark Spellcaster from the hands of the graveyard, effect, draw one card, then you can choose one Dark Magician in your graveyard, special summon it to your field. I think it's a really good Dark Spellcaster support though. For a normal spell card, we got Duel of the Dark Magician. Requirement, none. Effect, choose up to one Dark Spellcaster monster with 2500 attack and or one Dark Spellcaster monster with 2000 attack in your hand and or graveyard and special summon to your field face up. Really solid card. Basically just enables you to special summon Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl. Pretty sure it enables special summons of other monsters, if I'm correct. And I will include photos of those monsters on the screen. Well, not quite new news, but still worth reporting on anyway. Multi-Strike Dragon Dragius finally gets his alternate artwork for episode 27. I'm looking forward to this one so much. Fiendish Commander Yamarula finally gets his own Overrush rare with an alternate artwork that is just gorgeous, absolutely amazing. And it's a reference as well to his anime summon. Prima Katana also gets her own Overrush rare in this set too. Again, gorgeous art. And again, the artwork is another reference to the anime. You can see she's throwing a card from her hand, just like how Roman acquired her in the first place. Not quite revealed just yet, but Yugioh's got a brand new ace monster coming out too. Looks to be another version of a Lightning Ball Condor. Potentially could lead to a strategy with Lightning Ball Condor in the same way that we've been seeing Dragonic Slayer getting his own strategy coming out. That new Psycho Battle Flag monster did also share the same colour scheme as Lightning Ball Condor and reference lightning as well in the name. So it makes me wonder if Yugioh's getting his own Lightning Ball Condor deck now. And finally, Hammer Crush is getting the gold artwork. It's the ultimate artwork of Hammer Crush. It's a tournament battle prize card for October. It looks solid. It looks beautiful. Really suits it. That's it. That's all the news for this week. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've had fun. Namaste, friends. Keep dueling.